Before we get into this, I do want to say we have Glutton for Liberty episode 2 this Sunday, March 30th. So tune into that shit because it's going to be sweet. We're just normal people talking about regular shit, but more political and stuff. It's going to be sweet. Who knows what we're going to say? We're going to say some cool ass shit. Tune in. It's going to be awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. All right. We're going to talk about Mark Carney. Mark Carney? Do you know who Mark Carney is? Did I miss this? Because this happened. Mark Carney is the new Prime Minister of Canada. So that's cool. Because Trudeau sucked. Let's see if this guy sucks. So he just recently had a speech, and we're gonna watch this clip of him in his speech and what he has to say with the ties between Canada and America, the United States, and we'll kind of pick it apart. But a little bit about Mark Carney. Mark Joseph Carney is a Canadian politician and economist serving as the 24th Prime Minister of Canada and leader of the Liberal Party since 2025. He's new. This was recent, like 2 weeks ago, I think. I didn't even hear of this. Didn't even hear of it. I've been busy, though. He previously served as the 8th governor of the Bank of Canada from 2008 to 2013 and the 120th governor of the Bank of England from 2013 to 2020. All right. So that is Mark Joseph Carney, Canada's 24th Prime Minister. So we're going to dip into this speech right here. And this is regarding Trump's tariffs. And let's just listen. Let's just listen. Make sure the volume's up. Y'all want to hear it.
Cabinet colleagues and I met to discuss Canada's response to the latest developments in the trade crisis. Yesterday, in the latest salvo in his trade war, President Trump again imposed unjustified tariffs on our nation in violation of our existing trade agreements.
Okay, I do just want to say right there, he called it a trade war. And what did he say? Hold on. Let me back up a little bit before I...
Tariffs on our nation in violation of our existing trade agreement.
He called it unjustified. He said unjustified. So to my understanding, before we continue, because we're going to uncover this together. To my understanding, Trump put these tariffs, these 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada because of the deficits of what we were paying to what they were selling to us compared to what we were selling to them and they were paying to us. So the deficit was so high. So Trump's trying to balance that out as far as I know. So let's see more what he's got to say.
Agreements. We will respond forcefully. Nothing is off the table to defend our workers and our country. And our response to these latest tariffs is to fight, is to protect, and to build.
Okay.
We will fight the U.S. tariffs with retaliatory trade actions of our own that will have maximum impact.
And to my understanding, they have also given us 25% tariffs, but we don't sell them nearly as much as they sell to us, which I will get to that here in a bit. I have a little short by, I forget his name. We will cover that here in a second. But just the amount that we buy from Canada compared to what they buy from us, excuse me.
Impact in the United States and minimum impacts here in Canada. The road ahead will be long. There is no silver bullet. There is no quick fix. And I know and I understand that many are feeling anxious and worried about the future.
He's talking about the Canadian people being anxious and worried. I know we are too as Americans. We're worried. I know we know this is gonna hurt. Prices are gonna go up with some things with these tariffs. But I think the whole point with these tariffs is to bring jobs back to America. We stop relying on getting all of our products from across the globe. Because we China, Mexico, and Canada is where we buy most of our stuff. So we might as well bring the jobs back to us. We manufacture our own things, and down the road, I think it'll be better. I don't know. I don't know fully. We'll see. Let's continue this.
Fundamental change is always unsettling. But I have every confidence in our country because I understand what President Trump does not. That we love Canada with every fiber of our being. The old relationship we had with the United States, based on deepening integration of our economies and tight security and military cooperations, is over.
Is over. Hold on. Let's run back what he just said. The new Prime Minister of Canada. Let's run back what he just said.
Tight security and military.
Let's go back just a bit. Just a bit.
Relationship we had with the United States.
A little bit more. A little bit more.
Of our being. The old relationship we had with the United States, based on deepening integration of our economies and tight security and military cooperations, is over.
All right. I don't want to down Canada too much. But what military do they have without us? Am I wrong? Am I wrong to say that? All right. Moving on. Let's see. Let's go to the Premier Doug Ford, Ontario, Canada. Listen to what this man has also said recently. Check it out.
Not, but I can assure you one thing. We're going to make sure that we inflict as much pain as possible to the American people without inflicting pain on the Canadian population. And that
want to inflict as much pain on the American people. All right. Here is a better audioed one. Here's a better one. Here's some Beto. I said it again. Fuck you. Better audio.
I can assure you one thing. We're going to make sure that we inflict as much pain as possible.
To
the American people without inflicting pain on the Canadian population.
Okay, I know this is a clip. I'm sure there's more context to what he's saying. But what it sounds like to me is with these tariffs is they're gonna what it sounds like to his goal at least is to try and hurt the American people with these tariffs, even though it's going to hurt us anyways. I believe on both sides. They tariff us, we tariff them. It's going to hurt on both sides. But coming back to that, their economy is so much smaller than ours. So much smaller. Like, what are they going to do? And I love this, man. Senator Kennedy. I love this, man. This is his comeback. This is his comeback to what they said. We're not going to watch the whole 6 minutes. Let's just watch this first part. He gets into the numbers. The numbers.
In 2024, the United States sold to the people of Canada about $350 billion in goods. It's a lot of goods. $350 billion.
It's a good chunk.
Canada sold Canadian goods to the United States in the amount of $412 billion. So there's what we call a trade deficit of $63 billion. And then you drill a little deeper and you realize that the U.S. economy is 10 times bigger than the Canadian economy. And the population of the United States of America is 8 times bigger than the population of Canada. Canada has 41 million people.
41
America
million.
has 340 million. So you
41
step back for a second, you go, huh?
Hold on. 41 million compared to 350 million people is huge. And we are getting a deficit from Canada. what we're doing something wrong, and I feel like that's what this new administration is trying to fix. We're doing something wrong. And Trump even said it himself. I don't have it up here right now, but you can look it up. He said it's gonna hurt. Is there gonna be some pain for a time until we clear this deficit? He never said that things weren't gonna get a little more expensive. We're gonna hurt a bit. I think I heard something about it's like an extra $2,000 annually for the regular household or whatever. But it's let's continue.
Now, the United States is 8 times bigger.
8 times
and
bigger.
our economy is 10 times larger than Canada's. But yet Canada is selling more of its goods into the United States than the United States is selling into Canada.
Right. And it's not just Canada. It's Mexico and China. It's those 3. And this guy can explain it. Well, not that one. This guy can explain a lot better than I. We'll get back to that picture of Governor Abbott. This guy explains it a lot better than I will at the moment. Johnny Harris. This is a great short of him. Let's check it out.
You're hearing a lot about tariffs and trade wars, so let me explain why Trump is doing this and what happens next. We buy a lot of goods coming in from these 3 countries. Trump came out with these executive orders that would put a big tax on.
This is why I keep
goods
bringing up
flowing
these
into the
3
United States.
countries.
This would mean that the price for these goods would go up here in the U.S., which means we'd be more likely to buy stuff made in America. Let me just emphasize.
And what's wrong with that? Let me just ask, what's wrong with that? If we are manufacturing our own goods, what is wrong with that? We're paying off our debts and our deficits, and we're bringing money back to America because we're not going to want to buy things overseas if we don't need to. What is the point?
We get so much of our stuff from these 3 countries, so this would wreak havoc on our economy. Trump himself said that we may feel some pain. So why did he do it? His executive orders say that it's about stemming the flow of drugs and illegal immigrants. He also wants to boost.
That's why I said it started more as a drug war more than it is a trade war, because so much drugs were being flooded in from Canada, mainly fentanyl from Canada and Mexico, but being made and shipped from China to these 2 countries, funneling it into our country. We're just getting sandwiched with drugs. So here, I'll back it up a little bit. He's going to explain why he let him explain.
And illegal immigrants. He also wants to boost manufacturing jobs in the U.S. and raise tax revenue for the government. But a huge part of this seems to be negotiation. Both Mexico and Canada have agreed to send like 10,000 troops to their borders.
So, like he said, it's negotiation to send troops from their side to the borders to stop the traffic of these drugs funneling into our country. It's not fully just a trade war. Yeah, it's to clear the deficit, but it's to stop the flow of this killer drug that's just killing people.
To help stop drug trafficking in exchange for Trump holding off on these tariffs.
Negotiation.
And as I'm recording this, Trump's talking to Xi Jinping, the president of China, and they're probably going to make a deal. I'm going to keep an eye on. We'll see
what happens with China, right? He explained a little better than I could. I don't know why I got some Middle Eastern subtitles up here, but yeah. So that's going on. That's what's going on with Canada and the United States right now. I'm curious to know what you guys think is going to happen with this into the future. And if you have any other information on it, send some links, post some comments, hit the like button, subscribe. We want to hear some more of your guys' thoughts on these, because who the fuck knows is what's going to happen. I don't know. This is crazy. This new prime minister, he's got some balls fucking with the U.S. like that. I'll give him that. But I don't think this is gonna help them any. Just our economy's just so much bigger than theirs. Did you even subscribe? Comment? At least like the video? Comment, talk shit to us. Where are we wrong in what we're saying? I want to know. Daniel wants to know. We want to know. Talk shit. We don't care. Tell me. Tell me.